Welcome back to Sam and Ham. This is Sam.
And this is Ham.
And guess what we're going to do today?
I think it's time for another CR Monster Showdown!
Yes, you're right. Another CR Monster Showdown. And today we are doing CR number 2.
Oh.
Just to recap, if you don't know what a CR is, that just means some fancy-dancy number that how hard monster be. Bigger the number, the harder the monster. So we're going to do CR2. That means we're going to have potentially some pretty interesting creatures if I'm looking at this. For those of you who haven't seen this before, we roll a dice. Apparently these are alphabetic, ordered here on our list. And we just go down the list. We roll, pick 5 creatures, and we'll judge them based off of however we feel like judging them today.
Which will be DM tactics.
Player appeal.
And their lore.
Let's get started. So first off, let's roll the dice, see who we get first. 20!
Nice!
Not 20, so 1, 2, 3, 20. Chamberlain of Zugtmoy. It's a plant.
Sure is. I've definitely heard of him too. 100%.
It's a plant. Alright, let's roll it again. 19! We are rolling.
We're rolling fat.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 19. The Ettercap.
Ooh, he's a good boy.
The Ettercap?
Yeah, we'll talk about him.
20! This dice is loaded.
This dice is loaded.
This dice is loaded.
Did Google bake their dice?
I don't know. It's a digital dice. How do you bake a digital dice?
With skill.
Programming. Zeros and ones. Alright, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. The Green Guard Drake.
Ooh, okay.
You're writing small.
Okay, there we go.
5. Finally. Where are we at? The Green Guard Drake. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The Hill Giant's Servant.
Ooh, okay. I don't even know what that is.
It is a giant. We'll find out more later. Alright, that's number 4.
And
One
last
more.
last one. 11.
11.
Not bad.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11. The Mean Lock.
Ooh, okay.
Alright. We got some good ones out for today. We were rolling fast. We got pretty far down the line.
Yeah, and we still didn't even get past halfway through the alphabet.
We did not. But to be honest, there wasn't much after this other than swarms and will-o-wisps.
Yeah, that's okay.
And some young things.
Yeah, we stay out of the young things.
We stay 18 plus.
Yes.
Anyway, so back to the first one.
The Chamberlain of Zugtmoy.
Alright, so the Chamberlain over here, he is a large plant in chaotic evil. I didn't know plants could be evil.
Well, I know that Zugtmoy is actually like a demon of plants and funguses.
Okay, so is it Zugtmoy or Zugtmoy?
I think Zugtmoy, but that's a good question.
It's gonna be Zuggy my boy now?
Zuggy!
Alright, so it's got a pretty plant-like stats here if you ask me, with a 13 AC but 45 hit points.
That is some low AC.
However, it can move.
20 is slow, but that's fast for a plant. I've never seen a plant move that fast. I will give it that.
That means you can visibly see it moving.
Yeah!
Like, normally plants don't move that fast.
It's going quick. Ooh, but it has damage resistance to bludgeoning and piercing damage.
It is a thick plant.
And it's got 17 strength. That ain't nothing. And it talks! It talks!
It does. It talks abyssal and undercommon.
Holy crap.
So I'm guessing, I don't know much about lore of plants, but it sounds like this thing might deal with drow.
Yeah, I'm playing through Out of Abyss right now in a campaign that you're not a part of, and I haven't fought one of these things, and now I'm scared.
Yeah, it's got +2 to proficiencies.
It's got a mushroom portal.
It has +1 to charisma. People like it because it's a plant.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
And it's not very dexterous, but again, that +3 strength. It does have a portal.
Yeah, I think they have some kind of like fungus stride thing where they can like teleport and stuff.
For the bridesmaid of Zuggy.
Yeah, this one can't teleport, but others can teleport to it.
Interesting. Okay.
Got poison spores. Whenever it takes damage, it releases a cloud of spores to everybody within 5 feet of it that must make a con save or be poisoned for a minute. That's pretty huge.
That is huge. Poisoning is hard.
Like,
it also makes 2 slam attacks. It just baps you with the leaf
And each one does a 2d6 plus 3, so that ain't nothing. And it's
Yeah.
got infestation spores.
Yeah.
That leaves a 10-foot radius spore. And the cloud lingers for a minute. Any flesh and blood creature in the cloud when it appears or that enters later must make a con save, 12. On a success, they're fine for the next 24 hours, but if they fail, they're infected with a disease called Zuchtmoy, and also gains a random form of indefinite madness.
Ah, and there's a table in Appendix D.
That creature cannot be reinfected and repeats the same throughout the end of every 24 hours, ending on the infection of a success, and on a failure, it is slowly taken over by fungal growths, and after 3 fudge save, it dies. It dies?
It dies.
Holy shiitake mushrooms!
So, you're rolling fail saves for actual death. Not just fail saves for curing yourself.
Yeah.
That's ouch.
Wow. This thing's mean.
It is. It is. And, we didn't mark it earlier. I can see in the dark and has passer perception of 9.
Well, 9's not good. But again, for a plant. For a plant, he flew pretty good.
Let's just jump right into it. DM tactics?
I think he might be the most powerful thing we've ever seen, and I know that we're looking at a higher CR than we normally do.
Yeah.
But that thing is disgusting. He's basically swinging 2 great swords a turn. He can infect you with a disease that just might kill you. If you hit him, he's resistant to like 2/3 of weapon attacks. I gotta give him a 9. Like, I'm tempted to give him a 10, but like...
There's gotta be something better.
There gotta be something, but yeah, that's gotta be at least a 9.
Alright. That is terrifying.
Player appeal.
To be honest, I wasn't initially impressed by fighting a plant. But plant that just secretly stabs you in the back with, razor blades in your lungs.
Cloud.
And the fact that I don't even have to lose all my HP to start making death saving throws.
Yeah.
Have that backup character on lock, man, because you're gonna need it after this. I'm gonna have to give it a 7.
Really? Okay.
I don't really want to fight this thing, but it's definitely
intimidating.
Intimidating, yeah.
And for lore,
it's a plant.
It's a plant, but I knew Zuchtmoy is a pretty big part of the general story going on. I haven't read the whole thing because again I'm in that campaign. I don't want spoilers, but I'm pretty sure he's a big deal. I'd have to give him at least a 6.
Yeah, you could teleport to this plant.
Well, you can't. Bad guys can though.
You know where to find the bad guys because you know where the plant is.
True. So 6.
6.
All right. Next up, Ettercap.
Ettercap. So you sounded like you were familiar with this thing.
This is my brother's favorite monster.
What is this?
He's a cute spider boy. Look at the images.
Gross. Are there more images? Oh, there's more images. Oh my god, that's terrifying.
He's awful and I hate him, but he's there.
What is this?
So these guys are like spider shepherds.
Uh-huh.
They're vaguely intelligent, not as smart as most people, but they're like sentient and stuff.
They are evil.
Yes, they are evil. They raise spiders like sheep, basically, and use them to hunt their prey. Imagine Ranger and his wolf, but it's an Ettercap and his pet spider. Not to eat people.
Alright, well, to break down those stats, not as tough, or, about as tough as that plant. 13 AC, 44 hit points.
I think same AC and 2 less HP.
But 30 feet and 30 climbing feet?
Yeah, he doesn't have any of the resistance as last guy did, and doesn't have as high a strength, but he does have a pretty good stealth score, and much higher passive perception.
And dexterity.
True.
He's got +2 instead of -2 dexterity.
They also have Web Sense and Web Walker, so it's like one of those things where if your DM is smart, he's going to throw these at you when you're already stuck in webs. So they're in a vacuum, this guy's probably not as good, but if the DM's being smart about it, those are some both pretty good abilities. Plus with Spider Climb, that's going to be a lot of mobility that the players aren't going to have.
Ah! He's not charming, though. -1 charisma. Oh my gosh. So Spider Climb, Web Sense, Web Walker. He's got all Spidey powers.
Yes. He also has multi-attack. He gets a bite and a claw, which the bite poisons people like a spider. Crazy. The claw's fine. His damage definitely isn't as high as the last guy's was, but he also does have the web that he can shoot at people.
Oh, lovely. So, interesting. He definitely has good Spidey powers. Well, the bad Spidey powers, actually. Terrifying.
Yeah.
So, DM tactics?
I gotta give him a 7. He's got tools. He's there for a very specific niche, which is basically they're there with spiders. They're there with spiders. They're in webs. They do spider things, but they're good at their niche. But that's it. They have a niche.
Mm.
Player appeal.
The thing's terrifying. I don't like it. -7.
Can't give it a negative. I don't know how to write minus symbols.
That's BS ace. -10.
I'll give him a 2.
A 2! You can't overrule this hard.
Give him a 1.
Hate him. Make him go away. Ew.
Lore.
Well, you're right. He's very niche. He is a person who... Not a person. He's a monstrosity. That,
But he's good friends with spiders. He's like Hagrid.
Well, unfortunately, me and Hagrid have that differential of, no, spiders need to die.
You do absolutely hate spiders.
Gross. I'm over it. No spiders. Lore. It doesn't sound much lore. It sounds like would he like the drow or hate the drow?
I think they generally get along. But I don't know. What do you think? 4 for lore?
4 for lore.
Okay.
Yeah.
Moving on. The Green Guard Drake.
The Green Guard Drake. Alright. I would love to.
Now these boys are pretty cool.
They're not quite dragons.
No, they're distinctly not. They're more like they're kind of like koboldy things, like where they're kind of mutated dragons. And they distinctly don't have wings. They're more like giant angry lizards.
Yes. They are medium-sized, it looks like.
Yes, they're pretty large. I mean, they're not huge. They're not giant riding guys, but they're pretty big.
They're as tall as you and me. Yeah. Medium.
They have a little bit more AC than the last guys we've had at 14 and 52 hit points. We're a little bit tankier. This guy's got a swim speed in particular.
Yeah, he does.
He's got resistance to poison and understands Draconic, but can't speak it.
But he doesn't speak in general, it sounds like.
No, he can't talk. He's basically like a really smart dog.
Ah, yes, with that -3 intelligence. I understand now.
Yes.
He can breathe air and water, so he is alligator on steroids.
Yeah, pretty much. Think really smart alligator dog. He's also got multi-attack. He gets 1 bite and 1 tail attack. Both pretty low damage compared to some of the other things. I think this one's a lot more fair on the damage scaling than a couple of these other boys have been.
Yeah.
But, I mean, if we're trying to get the best of the best, I'm afraid he's not swinging it.
Right. Checking this out. There is quite a bit of some info here on the guard drake.
Yeah, I know these guys come in a couple of the modules on Tiamat, Rise of the Dragon Queen, and
yeah, definitely. It looks like it's a grisly ritual to make one, but when trained properly, they are loyal and territorial.
They didn't want to throw real dragons at you, and they knew you'd get bored of kobolds all the time, so they had to give you something to switch out. You know?
Yeah,
and quite frankly, I think this is pretty good.
Alrighty, so DM tactics.
Much as I love the boy, 4. They're fine for mixing it up, and other than that, he's a stat block. He's got a bunch of hit points. He's got a swim speed, but from what I had read of those modules, I don't think they utilize that swim speed. This could be literally any other monster, and you wouldn't be able to. Player appeal.
I love him.
Oh yes, no, he's wonderful.
I absolutely love him. I would give him an 8.
Yeah,
the druid's gonna want to try to drag this thing along, like walk up, Starbucks coffee in hand with their Birkenstocks and take this puppy home.
Yes, I would totally try to. The fact that I know he's able to speak or understand Draconic, come on, you gotta try.
Gotta try.
He's a little ugly, but I've met dogs uglier. Just saying.
Yeah, no, we have, and I love him.
For more, I want to give him a 7 at least.
Why a 7?
Because again, they've got this whole lore about profane rituals of being created by these kobolds and these draconic cults and being basically used as territorial guard dogs.
True, but kobolds were made the same way. You gonna give them a 7?
Okay, fair. What would you give them?
4.
Compromise out of 5?
Alright, compromise out of 5.
Alright.
What's next?
Next up is the Hill Giant Servant.
The Hill Giant Servant. Obviously, a Hill Giant. Oh, he is lovely.
Oh,
he loves some pumpkins.
Oh, look at them liver spots.
Anyway, not good AC, with just 11 hide armor, but 59 hit points. He's
and 40 speed. This is a fast one.
He is fast, he is tanky, he is not very dexterous, but he is strong. +4 strength. So regular Hill Giants are CR5.
Yeah, so this guy is a much weaker version of a Hill Giant, which I haven't read Tales from the Yawning Portal, but I'm guessing they just wanted to have a giant monster in it that wasn't a Hill Giant, because a Hill Giant would absolutely slaughter anything that you're putting a CR2 at. But this guy only gets one attack, either the Great Club or the Javelin.
Yeah.
That Great Club does do mean damage, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Wow, look. We went through the whole stat block.
Yeah, he didn't have a big stat block, so jump right on in. DM tactics.
3.
Fair. There's not much there.
There's literally less here than the Drake that I put it at 4, so...
Yeah. And
sorry, buddy.
Again, he's not a Hill Giant either, so it's not like he's doing any evil damage.
He's just...
He is chaotic evil, and he is large, so...
Oh, yeah, that large. Very interesting.
He's bigger than you.
You're not wrong. He's a big, mean guy.
That's like, what, 10 feet put in perspective?
I think that's like 12?
12?
Yeah, they're very large.
They're very... Well, no, he's large, not very large.
Sorry.
But yeah, and he's not very interesting. He does not seem very great to talk to with no intel or wisdom. He's just a big lad.
Yeah, he's just a big boy.
That he's going to be hard to mess with.
This is one of those stat blocks, too, that I really hate. Because they just have one really powerful attack. Unlike some of the other ones, like the Guard Drake had 2 weaker attacks. So at least usually you wouldn't just one-shot the fighter. This is one of those ones where he either hits and one-shots somebody or he misses and doesn't. Very,
They're going for bumbling idiot here.
Yeah, no, it works. And I understand, but I don't like him. But
yeah.
Player appeal?
You're right. I'm not that interested. I'd probably put him in at 3 as well.
That's fair. Lore?
3.
Yeah, I'm not gonna argue that one.
I don't know what's up with,
Like, Hill Giants have some lore. Man, you gotta be a really crappy Hill Giant to be a Hill Giant servant.
Yeah?
Like, this guy is 3 CR lower than the average Hill Giant. What did he do wrong?
He didn't hit the gym every morning. He skipped leg day.
He skipped leg day.
Alright, who's up last?
Last but not least, it's the Mean Lock.
Alright, so last we have the Mean Lock.
He's a small fae, neutral evil. Looks like a angry spider.
He do look like angry spider. Let's get that image pulled up.
Oh, no,
that
okay.
Is terrifying. That is not a spider.
That is a last poor Yorick.
Not even
go back to the stat block. Let's see those numbers. He's got 15 AC, which is the highest so far, but by far the lowest hit points of anybody yet.
Yes.
Average speed, low strength, good enough dex. Pretty high stealth. Actually looks like expertise in stealth.
Yeah.
Immune to being frightened. 120 feet of dark vision. Telepathy.
Yes, so apparently these things speak using telepathy only.
Interesting.
Yes, we'll get more into that in a little bit later, because there's quite a bit to read on these guys.
Yeah, they actually have some interesting stat block stuff.
Wow. Yeah, this guy kind of looks like potentially an assassin?
Looks like something like that. He's got a fear aura that any humanoid or beast that starts 10 feet of him must make it a DC 11 wisdom save or be frightened until the start of the creature's next turn. Light sensitivity, which, I mean, that's bad if they're in the light, but again, a smart DM won't throw them in the light, so. And Shadow Teleport. As a bonus action, they can teleport to an unoccupied space within 30 feet of it, provided that both of the space it's teleporting from and to are in dim light or darkness, which again, unless the DM's dumb, probably gonna be darkness.
Yeah. He has his claw attack. So only one attack, the claw attack.
+4 to hit, which is not very good. The Hill Giant had +6.
True. 5-foot reach, that's standard.
Plus these, 2d4 plus 2 damage is pretty low, and must make a con save or be paralyzed.
So that's where he comes in. He's coming in to sneaky, poke. You can't move no more.
Yeah, I'm guessing between a combination of their +6 to stealth, and then they just get advantage if they're hidden.
Mm-hmm.
And then they come out, paralyze a guy, and then just try to really eat him.
Yeah. I'm feeling evil monk.
I mean, yeah, close enough.
But just to give you guys some more info here, they are deformed.
My fear.
Yes, they are deformed fae, and they want to destroy all that is good and beautiful. They do live in forest, and they adapt well to urban and subterranean settings. They are fear incarnate. They like dark. They are telepathic tormentors.
Neat.
Yes. Up to 4 Meanlocks can telepathically torment one incapacitated creature. Dementors.
Yeah, no, that looks pretty accurate.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
I think they're pretty cool.
Yeah. Oh. Only a wish spell or divine intervention can restore a transformed creature to its former state.
What?
So a humanoid that drops to 0 hit points as a result of the damage instantly transforms into a Meanlock at full health and are under the DM's control. Only a wish or a divine intervention can restore a transformed creature. So these things are also werewolves.
If the creature is susceptible and remains incapacitated. Yeah, but it takes an hour, but still.
The potential is there.
See, now, that's not an ability you use against the players, in my opinion. This is what you use on the player's favorite NPC.
Yeah.
If you just really want to be evil. Okay, that's even... Okay. Nah, alright, that just got him another free point. I'm gonna give these guys for DM Tactics a 6.
A 6?
Yeah, otherwise they were pretty standard as just like a pretty assassin-y kind of thing, but that's cool. I like that. That's a good 6.
It's a good 6. To be honest, this thing is terrifying, and a player would, be intimidated. I mean, yeah, you could probably get through that 15 AC and knock down those 31 HP pretty quick, especially if you got a good team that actually works together.
What are those?
I don't know. But, that's terrifying. I do like the idea of, hey, DM, it was nice playing with you, but I'm really tired of playing this poorly built character. Can we trade out?
Can you just meanlock me? I'd rather not be existing anymore.
Yeah, can we just meanlock our character here? Because that would be interesting. Great lore for a PC.
Yeah.
It's just they're running around as a meanlock now, and the crew has to go hunt them down.
Yeah.
Witcher style.
True. So what do you think?
Just that thought right there, I'm gonna have to give it like a 5.
That's fair.
It's pretty versatile. You're not sure how this is gonna play out. Teleportation, that's pretty cool.
For lore, I'm thinking a 4.
Yeah.
I mean, I understood there was a lot of words on that other page, but it basically came down to when people scared, angry things show up in darkness. Rawr. Which, I mean, emotions given physical form is cool, but I think it's a little played out.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong, so I'll go with a 4.
Alright, time to do calculations. Alrighty, the results are in, and we have the conclusive evidence.
Conclusive that these numbers are completely arbitrary, considering the spider had no chance of winning.
No, these are 100% accurate, and anybody that disagrees is wrong.
Alrighty, so let's jump into it. Number 5.
The Hill Giant Servant.
The Hill Giant Servant.
He had 3s across the board, because he's ugly, not fun to work with, and he doesn't really have anything interesting about him.
Not even anything interesting to say.
Moving on, number 4.
Number 4, what do we got?
The Ettercap. Sam hates spiders.
I hate spiders.
He really he had a good running before that, but Sam hates spiders. Which that means everybody at home has to too.
That's right. All players hate spiders, and if you like spiders, you're wrong.
That's fair. Number 3 was the Meanlock.
Meanlock?
Yeah, he's good across the board. He doesn't really have any too interesting lore. He's not that interesting to the players, and he's not got that interesting stuff for the DM to use. I mean, it's fine. He's solid. He's literally an average of 5. But that's it. He's just okay. He separates the goods from the greats. Or the bads from the goods, really.
So he's the cream of the goods.
Yeah, he's the cream of the air. Oh.
All right.
Moving on to the Green Guard Drake. I
Uh,
love him, and I want to take him home, but he's not very interesting for the DM to run.
No,
Sadly.
that is sad, because, again...
He's a bundle of hit points and joy, and I will give him a hug as he probably eats my face.
Understandable. But our cream of the crop, creme de la creme...
Nobody's surprise is the Chamberlain of Zugdorn, the planty boy.
Yes.
He is got interesting lore. Players will find him interesting, and he's got the most tools that I have seen on a CR2 probably to date. This guy is powerful.
And a plant has impressed me, yet again.
I mean, his only weakness is that his saves kind of suck,
Mm-hmm.
and he's pretty slow. So if your players can kite him, sure. But if they're trying to fight him in melee, they are in trouble.
True. And again, this is a large plant, so you can even make it a larger plant by technically making it 4 of them.
True.
But,
yeah.
plants.
Well, who'd have thunk?
Not me. I had no idea a plant would win with a 9 in DM tactics.
Yo, when the plant's got all that in the stat block, no, I ain't playing.
Alrighty, but that is all we have for you guys today.
Thank you all for watching.
This is Sam.
And this is Ham.